Now, do you know what? I don't like this one as much. Let's listen to the first one again. Way better. Oh, yeah. This is my jam. Give it up, gonna be alright.
Give it up, gonna be alright. Give it up, gonna be alright. Give it up, gonna be alright. All night, alright. With you, why do you gotta? All night, alright. So slow. Give it up, gonna be alright. All night, alright. With you, why do you gotta? All night, alright. So slow. Give it up, gonna be alright. Give it up, gonna be alright. Give it up, gonna be alright. All night, alright. With you, why do you gotta? All night, alright. With slow. Give it up, gonna be alright. All night, alright. With you, why do you gotta? All night, alright.
I'm a big advocate of, rules when rules are necessary, but in my opinion, there was no one bounding me to start this at 7:40. Who says I can't start 2 minutes early? It's the freaking finals, baby. This is my time of year, and boy, oh boy, am I up and about. Melbourne, Cronulla, 2016 Grand Final, 9 years on. I mean, look, they've been the giant slayers this entire final series, and I'm smiling through the pain, but they slayed my team. Then they went and slayed my second team. Am I fully cuck watching the Sharks right now? Yes, no, absolutely. If you don't know what that means, don't Google it. But we're here. We're here, and we are very, very excited. I want to say thank you to Jabal, too, for just following our Twitch. I did see that message. Normally, I miss the notifications. But there we go. I am doing very, very well. Hello, everybody. We've got 23 people over on YouTube and 5 on Twitch. Twitch will probably increase more as the evening goes on, as it tends to. I am very surprised at the poll that 57% of people on YouTube and 100% of people, although only one has voted, on Twitch, thinks that the Sharks will win this game. That has got to be tipping with a heart and not tipping with a head, right? I am, obviously, I think like pretty much the entirety of the rugby league world, hoping that the Cronulla-Sutherland Sharks get up today. I'm not particularly hopeful that will happen. If I get to use this soundbite very much, I'm going to be surprised.
Up, Cronulla, the boys in the black, white and blue.
You have no idea how difficult it was, by the way, to find a clean version of that song. It sounds like it was recorded on a toaster, and not just any toaster, but one that has been through the ringer for years with like some freak that puts it right up on the highest dial every single time, literally just wants a burnt crisp to eat. That kind of toaster. A toaster that has been absolutely abused. That's what they recorded the Cronulla Sharks theme on. Melbourne's one is I mean, I'm pretty vocal about the fact that I don't like their song very much. It goes like this.
We are the storm from Melbourne town. We'll blow the others off the ground. We are the storm and we're number one.
It's a bit cringe. Just a bit cringe, I reckon. Kelly, CEO. I'm pretty sure the CEO of the Roosters is called Kelly. Joe Kelly, isn't it? If you are the CEO of the Sydney Roosters, one job, please. For me. That's all I ask, brother. That is just one role at the club. That's what I need. That is what I need. Some people have unironically tipped Sharks. Blue and Gold Army podcast. Obviously, Parafan says, I'm on the Cronulla bandwagon. But man, after last year's grand final, just got a feeling that Melbourne will be too relentless and highly likely get their revenge against the Panthers in the GF. If those two teams line up against each other, I would be tipping Melbourne. But that's exactly what I tipped last year. I need to appreciate the great Matthew Dixon once again asking, can the Rabbitohs get defeated for next year? I've decided, I've made the professional's determination, and I'm probably like a few weeks too late on this, that it's got to be a troll. It's got to be a troll. So I see what you're doing, brother, and I find it very, very funny. So, should I use the Jaws theme instead? I mean, it's not their theme song. Don't blame me, blame the club. Okay, we are now actually within the allotted time that I said I would start this stream. So, let's get into the teams, because there have been some changes. So, oh, hang on. Yeah, looking at those odds, that's what makes me so surprised that so many people are unironically tipping Cronulla. I am definitely not one of them. Backs are all named as normal, as you would expect with this man, Jerome Hughes, returning. I had a theory when he went down injured and people were saying he was out for the year. I had a theory he'd be back for the grand final. He beat me by a week. So, Jesus, what a massive recovery it has been from him. I can't imagine how hard he has been working. The changes in the back row, Sean Bloor comes in to start. I do think that is their best back row pairing, Elias Katoa and Sean Bloor. Billy Burns and Teague Wilton will have a lot of work cut out for them. Was surprised to see Britton Nickera not starting. I know he hasn't started the last couple of weeks, but I would have thought against that back row pairing, they'd be looking for the experience of Nickera. So Lasati then moves on to the bench, and the rest of the side is unchanged. No Tom Hazelton, but Oregon Colfusi comes in for him, being the big change for Cronulla, with Ryan Pappenhausen, Jerome Hughes, and Sean Bloor all coming back in for the Storm. It is just, looking at this side, oh, man, it is such a good Storm side, man. I unfortunately, as Alfred follows, thank you very much, I struggle to see Cronulla continuing the dream. I hope it does, and I'm going to be supporting as passionately as I do in any game the Cronulla Sharks here. I'm going to the grand final next week. I would give anything to be going to a Cronulla versus Brisbane grand final instead of Penrith and Melbourne. Even Cronulla and Panthers. Okay, I'll take it. I think Panthers will win. I don't think it'll be as good a grand final, but at least we have, you know, I think it's better for the game to have a different grand final. So, yeah. That's sort of my thoughts there. Hunter says, hey, Leaguie, I'm back from the Red Dead Redemption 2 stream. I said I'll be on, and I'm excited. Well, I'm glad you are excited, Hunter. That makes two of us. That is for sure. We do, of course, have our very special guest with us today. ReactBot, say hello to the people.
Crossmark, no response.
Okay, he's being... What? That's so rude. Can't believe it do that. No, but yes, we do have, for those of you who missed last time, a new AI-powered ReactBot. Oh no, the Leaguie's turn to artificial intelligence. Artistry and human creation is dead. Even the Leaguie has changed. Even the Leaguie has changed. ReactBot, I thought that was very rude.
Crossmark, no response.
Okay, I think ReactBot might be broken. Smart guy, he's the man who created it. If you are on stream, ReactBot might have died. Because that's twice in a row. Alfred, who followed, I'm not going to live stream the game. No, that is illegal. Rack says, the boys in blue will knock off the boys from Melbourne town. Sir, I hope you are correct. Do I have my... Yeah, I've got my little remote for the lights. I'm going to change it to that. I can't make it like black or white lights though, so now I just look like, I don't know. What team's blue and green? Seattle Seahawks? Go the Sharks. Yes, that was on the stream. Leaguie, would you do promotion for the video that you were in? Well, now that I've read that out, I already kind of am. Yes, Tiger Walker made a video with me in it. Feel free to watch it. We spoke about our favorite wins of the two teams that we support. It was pretty good. So, AI didn't realize Linguini sympathized with those dirty clankers. Well, maybe Rapos not responding to me because my audience call him a dirty clanker. That is absolutely diabolical. I can't believe you'd say that to my boy. So rude. So rude. Dean asked if I called my mother today as well. I literally 20 minutes ago was talking to my mom on the phone. Bang. I'm a good son. A very good son. Kian Cox, thank you for the follow. Jeez, Twitch popping off. 22 viewers over there. Twitch doesn't like it when I do gaming streams, but when I do an NRL watch-along stream, god damn, it is vibrant. Absolutely vibrant. Danny says, I don't think Melbourne are capable of containing their outside backs and their forwards. Melbourne's spine is level, but off finals form. Cronulla's backs and forwards have been levels above Melbourne. Well, we are looking at, a sample size of 2 games versus a sample size of 1 game. And Melbourne pretty comprehensively beat, from my memory, Cronulla in that game, or unless I'm confusing elements of it with last week's game. But it didn't really seem like there was much struggle for Melbourne in week 1 against the Doggies. Yeah, 26-18 was the scoreline. So, although intercept try, Will Warbrick, Dogs put up a good fight. But no, I do think that the pretty much across the park, almost every single position, I would pick the Storm player over I'd pick the Sharks player. And, that's not the be-all and end-all, but it does mean something. A team of superstars doesn't always win, but that's certainly what Melbourne are, and it certainly will help them. Alex says those headphones are going to take some getting used to. It's okay, you'll get used to them. The thing, I'm really disappointed, though, with how gold they look, because they're supposed to be green. Well, that's a bit easier to see that they're green. I bought them, in part, because they're green, but they just look yellow. I am not streaming the game. No, that is illegal. If you shave your brows, women will look at you more. Yeah, there's this thing in my Discord. They want me to shave my eyebrows. I don't remember agreeing to do that. At all. At all. I'm not streaming on a Discord that is similarly illegal. Normally we don't get too many requests, but evidently a lot of people want to watch it. If you're in Australia, brother, this game is free to watch on Channel 9. If you're not in Australia, you can use a VPN and watch it on Channel 9. So... Lancaster says, I've been working to convert an American I'm in a Discord server with. He started watching the finals live, just doing my part. Lancaster spreading the rugby league gospel. Good to see. Well, we can get straight into the game. Hey, Joshua. I'm glad I remembered to change the 2 teams. When I did that transition, I was like maybe only 60% sure that I remembered to do that. Gimme Save. Thank you for the follow. If you ask if I'm streaming the game, I swear down, I'm a crash out. C Phantom says, Leaky, if you've read this, you've lost the game. And the only reason I read that out was because I wanted everyone else to lose the game as well. Hunter, I don't really commentate the game. I only really say what's happening in the game when there's nothing going on in chat, but it's mostly just conversational. Kian, first time chat on Twitch, says, as a rugby league fan from England, watching the NRL sometimes is a ball ache. Who other than Nico Hines am I supposed to look out for on the Sharks? Blake Brayley, their hooker, is probably the second best hooker in the world. Well, actually, I'd say in the NRL. I'm not across the Super League completely. I'm particularly talking to an English fan. That seems dismissive. I'll get to Dee's donation in just a second here. I'll put it back up on screen. But yeah, Blake Brayley and Fanil Blake as well, number 8, outstanding player. And Brett Nickera, who will come off the bench in jersey number 14, I think is one of the best back rowers that the game has. Dean's donation says, fun fact. Oh, it's not showing up, but it says, fun fact, Leaguie has met his mother at least once in his life, and unfortunately is related to people that go for the Roosters. Rumor is he goes for them. That is defamation for you to suggest that I go for the Roosters. That is an objective fact. It's not a suggestion. Okay, I'll get the timer up in just a moment. How do you feel about Malky Mark going to Union? I didn't hit me that much, to be honest. I love him. He's a great player, and I hoped he would stay at the club and potentially even be fullback after James Tedesco. But it doesn't surprise me. He could very well still be back. So, who'll win the NRLW? Well, we're watching both semi-finals live here on wherever you're watching this, YouTube or Twitch. Still hoping the Roosters, even though our best player is out injured. The Storm run out to a sold-out Amy Park. It's a brilliant scene when that place is full. A brilliant scene. Okay, the timer has started on NRL.com. I will, as usual, let you know exactly when it does kick off for me on my screen. But it looks like I'm a little bit behind whatever NRL.com's on. Yeah, Danny, Roosters said they were confident in retaining Marky Mark after his union stint. Again, I have a bit of expectation in my mind that he's going to be back, so it's okay. Okay, timer should start working in a sec. Oh, let's get it for a spot in the grand final. The Storm and the Sharks, 9 years on. Up Cronulla is all I could say. Let's freaking get it, boys. Let's go. 2, 1. There's Booter Ball. Let's freaking get it. Prelim final. Ooh, let's get into it. Jerome Hughes. First run there for Stefano Uto Ikamanu, the man who was at the West Tigers, the wooden spoon winner looking to secure his first premiership. We talk about the likes of, like, you know, Cameron Munster, obviously very experienced premiership winner. But Stefano, not a premiership winner. Harry Grant, not a premiership winner. There's guys. The clock it's not working. Oh, wait, I think I know why the clock's not working. I guess my fault. Okay, it should start working shortly. So on the last, only a 38-meter gain. It's not huge, but it is, you know, first set of the match. We saw Will Kennedy a little bit iffy underneath the ball last week. I was there at that game in Canberra. Was one of the most impressive games I've ever been to, if I'm honest. Oh, good. Timer's working. I just did some coding on the run. I'm so unfathomably proud of myself. Hello, Magnetic. Penalty. First penalty of the game. Let's go to right. They've been doing it all evening. Thank you, Ashley Klein. Oh, Ronaldo Mulatalo is geeing everyone up. By the way, want to say, drinking that Leaguie cordial. On brand. On brand. Where is Smart Guy Tech when you need it? Well, I fixed the clock, but what we need to fix is the React bot. React bot, are you working yet?
Crossmark, no response.
No, he's not working. He's not working. So Iro taps the ball, and Cronulla will have a full set here in Melbourne's half. As I say, Blake Brayley is someone that I'm particularly looking to, not just because we're from the same suburb of Sydney either. Oh, buy Leaguie branded cordials at Sea Phantom. If there's any cordial companies watching, listen to the people, mate. Listen to the people. Bogan says, if Sharks win, all my friend going to be like, bro, we won. And as they should be. It's a massive achievement for them to make the grand final. They should be proud. And I hope they get that chance. Brayley gives it to Trindle. Nice little short ball. Finds Teague Wilton. That was nice work. So one more to go. They're only 5 meters out. They'll be able to fire a real attacking shot here. Ball finds the feet of Adam Fanua-Blake. That was not at all what they had hoped for. After I spent the whole set hyping up Blake Brayley, man. I watched an interview with Toby Rudolph on, I believe it was 100% Footy on Channel 9. And he was saying that there's a stat where pretty much when Blake Brayley runs a certain number of meters per game, they win. I don't know, it's like 80, 90% of their matches. When he doesn't run that amount, they win like 20 or 30%. Correlation doesn't equal causation, but look for his his running game tonight. Lancaster says, I'm proud to report my new convert is going for the Sharks. If he's American, he's got to go for the red, white, and blue, right? Surely. Brack says, if you couldn't support Roosters or Raiders, who would you support? Well, it's sort of funny. I mean, I'm from the Sutherland Shire. Cronulla are my local team. It theoretically should be them. My extended family are Dragons fans, though. But I don't think my dad would have allowed that. No. So. Come on, Sharks up the Sharks. Let's go, Sharks. Big up, Leaguie. Okay. So on the 4th, they're playing it around about halfway. Nice run there from Will Kennedy. Not too bad from the serviceable fullback. There'll be a lot of people who he's proving wrong if the Sharks win this game. So many pundits, probably including myself at some point, have said you're not going to make a grand final with Will Kennedy at fullback. I hope he gets to prove them wrong. But that's not going to help them. Penalty to piggyback the Melbourne Storm out of their own end there. Piggyback. I'm going to choose to manipulate this whole ReactBot thing where he just says no response because it's broken. ReactBot, are you in the Epstein files?
Crossmark no response.
No comment. No comment. ReactBot, do you think the NRL is scripted?
Crossmark no response.
You got any more diabolical things to ask ReactBot chat? Bogan, my tip would be the Melbourne Storm. It would be the Melbourne Storm. For sure. But that's certainly not where my heart is today. Absolutely not where my heart is. ReactBot, are you Diddy?
Crossmark no response.
Oh, hell yes. Pappenhausen with a run. I'm realizing I'm only paying attention when Cronulla have the ball. I guess I better acknowledge the opposition. Munster, nice little ball there for Sean Bloor. The man back from injury. At a dummy half. Grant. Oh, they've got numbers. In the corner there. Xavier Coates kicks back at field. Kennedy is chasing. Luckily, Trindle gets back. He'll be forced in goal, though, for a goal line dropout. That was nice work. It was a flat pass out of dummy half from Harry Grant. Got them right up over the advantage line. Oh, what's this? Oh, no. It's a goal line dropout. Yeah, it was out of dummy half there. But then that ball from Cameron Munster to find the overlap was great work. And ended up having Hines defending out there on the wing. He's the one that tackled Katoa. Munster was chasing back through, but luckily Brandon Trindle got there. ReactBot, was 9/11 an inside job?
Crossmark no response.
So the Sharks kick it long and they kick it low. Try to force the knock on. Unsuccessfully, though. Sharks Panthers grand final? Panthers. What? No. Panthers. That was nothing but a mispronunciation. Chat, nothing but a mispronunciation. Storm with a full attacky set here. Cameron Munster gets it. Slips. Good tackle there. Will Kennedy straight up into him. Hunter drove 8 hours from Coffs Harbour to Coffs Harbour from Canberra. Jesus. You covered some serious ground. Meaney gets it. Warbrick for the corner. Easy as you like. Nick Meaney drew in both defenders. And that's a Storm try.
We are the Storm from Melbourne town. We'll blow the others off the ground. We are the Storm and we're number one.
Oh, that was like timed really, really well with the animation. They might still have a look at something. I don't know. That's just me being hopeful. But yeah, it was a great run from Stefano into a Kamanu. And Meaney just got it on the outside. Was able to draw both defenders. Ronaldo Mulatalo was forced into a defensive decision to come in and tackle him. He didn't want to at all. He held off, then did it. Try confirmed. This is the thing. This is Melbourne's time of year, boys. Boys and girls. This is Melbourne's time of year. Bogan says, if the Panthers win on Sunday, I'm going to be mad because they might get 5 in a row. But if Broncos win, I'm going to be mad because I'm from New South Wales. I hate the Broncos. One thing that astonishingly isn't forming part of the general dialogue, at least not what I'm experiencing, is the Patrick Carrigan suspension. I had to Google the other day. Sorry, as Ezekiel, thank you for the follow. I had to Google the other day to confirm that Carrigan is in fact suspended because no one's talking about it. Dude, that's a huge out for them. Huge out. Tyson Smoothie's playing lock. He's a good player. He's no Patrick Carrigan. Great put down, Will Warbrick. Great put down. Not to flex or anything, but we put 40 on this team. Just saying, so that makes us premiers. Nick Meaney misses it. It wasn't too far away, but he misses it. Stinky says he doesn't mind if Panthers go for 5. Well, there's a history to it. I think it would be better for the premiership for them to win than for Melbourne to win. Definitely. Because if once this Penrith dynasty is broken, it would be so depressing if it was broken up by the Storm. The, like, other perennially successful team. So, avid Cowboys supporter says, I don't care what anyone says, come on Melbourne. Is that just because Cowboys and Sharks have had a bit of a rivalry for a while? Hunter, react bot is broken. He'll just say no response. The Bulldogs beat Storm and Panthers in 1999. That makes Bulldogs premiers. Congratulations, NRL head. Bulldogs are premiers.
We are the mighty Bulldogs, the Canterbury Three.
You thought you wouldn't get to hear that for the rest of this year, but there you go. So that's a good tackle there from the 2 back rowers plus Blake Brayley on Trent Loiero coming out of his end. So now they're over the 30, the Melbourne Storm. It's very small sample size. We're only 8.5 minutes into this game, but it's looked like they've been able to absorb a little bit of defensive pressure that's come their way, and they're just getting through their work. Hughes with it. So last 5th tackle option went out to Cameron Munster. That one goes to Hughes. Underneath it is Will Kennedy. Reactbot, should P. Diddy be free?
Crossmark no response.
Crossmark no response. Reactbot, say crossmark no response.
Crossmark no response.
There we go. Is he really broken? Lancaster says the last time for Storm to beat Penrith was last year when it had more of a circular feeling. New cycle kind of thing. Sorry, yeah, the time for it. When it was the rematch of 2020. You get a little bit of it this time around where, like, it's a bit of a callback to Melbourne and Manly, in my eyes, anyway. I mean, it's not directly applicable. But when they played 2 grand finals back-to-back. But, hey, we're still a long way from them being confirmed as grand finalists. It's just sort of what I think will happen. Hunter says, could you play the Raiders theme as a memory? I don't have the Raiders. I only put the teams in that are still alive in this year's premiership. One I do need to put in before tomorrow is the Roosters for the girls. I can sing it for you if you want. If you donate enough, I'll sing it. I used to do these things for free, but now I'm big time. Trendle finds Teague Wilton underneath, and I have to do my mandatory mention of the fact that I once sold Teague Wilton a suit. 6 more. Okay, so Cronulla with a full attacking set here inside Melbourne's 20. Kennedy holds it. Yeah, there was a tackle off the ball, so a 6 again becomes a penalty. I don't think you go for 2. Oh no, I thought Nico was split. Is not. It's his headgear. Yeah, exposing that galaxy. I saw that. I saw him make a short about it. Which one of you absolute legends is responsible for that? Doug says he misses Mr. Tone. Like, that's Mawene Hiroti. Okay. Having reviewed that tackle, I have exactly one opinion. It is objective, and I think it should absolutely be... Hang on, where's the sound? I'm looking for the sound. You serious? Oh, there we go.
Oh, what about that? Send him off! Send the drifting edge off! Get him off the field!
That were diabolical. Absolute joke that he wasn't sent off. NRL is rigged. Referees are incompetent. You didn't hear it from me, though. Oh, a Sparker? That is very funny. You bottleless git. So, Cronulla, full set on Melbourne's line. This is not the kind of thing where you get many opportunities like this against Melbourne in a prelim. Oh, Hunter, Train is still alive, I'm pretty sure. I think we've still got Train. Hyde's short ball. That was a nice little pass for Adam Fanua-Blake. Good defense from Uto Kamani. At a dummy half. Oh, Colquhoun is close. Jeez, he tried to reach over and get it down. Couldn't do it. Ball yet to be played. On the 4th, Brayley gives it to Hines. 6 more. 6 more. They're not going to need it. They're not going to need it. That's not... No. Oh, no. That's not... Hang on. No. That's absolutely not the right animation.
Up, Cronulla, the boys in the black, white and blue.
They got the 6 again, but it was beautiful. Step inside from Will Kennedy, got the ball out there, and Sione Katoa was unmarked. Unmarked. Yeah, sorry about putting the yellow line animation. I know you guys get very, very excited about that. Dean, I have a business proposal for you. Because Dean is a Sharks fan, and he's the man that donates pretty much the entirety of his income to me. I will, from this point onwards, every time you donate, I will play the Sharks theme song. I'm going to play it one more time for the donation earlier.
Up, Cronulla, the boys in the black, white and blue.
You could not donate again, and that is completely fine. Up to you. I'm just making a commitment of my own. I'm sweetening the deal a little bit, so to speak. For all tick to come. Beautiful. Let's go. Big up the Giant Killers. Noah says, you guys are dirty up the Storm. I mean, I'm not a Sharks fan. I just happen to be going for them in this game. Copyright claim? Nah, I don't think the NRL themes... I haven't got in trouble for playing any of them. Favoritism at its finest. I'm not a Sharks fan, dude. Hines with a kick. Hines with a kick.
Don't miss it. Don't miss it. I'm telling you, seriously. Shoelace! Shoelace, run home! Hey, clutch! Hey, clutch!
He is not clutch. He was putting it too far left. He didn't compensate. Yeah, it's, Tiger, Up the Wires isn't their official song. They have a different song. So, I got copyright claim for that, but that's, yeah, as I said, not their song. Oh, thank you, Noah. I appreciate you saying that. That's very nice of you. Hunter says, my game on the TV is like 3 minutes in front, so I won't spoil all the news. Yeah, no, it is tough. I mean, there's nothing I can really do about it, but it takes time for the stream to go through the internet and all that. My broadcast is as live as it can be. Willie Boy, Napoli fan says, I'm sorry for what Sharks did to Roosters. It was fine. I was there and I took it very, very well. So. Oh, Rudolph is in trouble. It was the run off the kickoff. He was screaming. Oh, bit of a shoulder from Josh King. I don't think it was anything illegal, but he might have felt it. Why is the music playing? Like my music? It always plays in the background. Is it a bit loud? We can make it a bit quieter. I like the idea, Tiger, of playing the national anthem after a team scores. It's a good idea. So this is good field position here for Melbourne. They're going to start this set at about 38 out. Oh, and that penalty won't help at all. At all. Surely you had the Chase Cray version of your bottlers get for variety. That is a very good point. I couldn't find a good recording of it, though. If anyone can find me a clean version of that, because the only one I could find was on some news website, and it was so choppy. How many penalties tonight? I believe that's the third. And alright, I'm not bad at Among Us. I've only been the imposter once. In the Leaguie server. Nice offload there. Hughes is through. He's got no support. He might not need it. Kennedy tries to tackle. Kennedy does it out of absolutely nothing.
Well, that's why you get the big bucks, baby. That's why you get the big bucks.
Oh, that's a finals try.
We are the Storm from Melbourne town. We'll blow the others off the ground. We are the Storm and we're number one.
Dina's donated 99 cents, so I do need to play it. But that's very good timing, Dean.
Up, Cronulla, the boys in the black, white and blue.
Oh, he's back. He is back. Jerome Hughes pinned the ears back. You gotta question Will Kennedy's positioning there. He got the legs of Hughes a little bit, but wasn't enough. Hughes gets the ball down. Kennedy wasn't behind the ball. Fundamentally, you have to be behind where the ball is. He was quite a way away. See, Phantom, you know very well why I die in Among Us basically every game. And that's not even true. Last night I played, what, 4 games? I died once. Ah. Why did he have to be back for this game, says Willy Boy. What can I say? It built different. Absolutely built different. Jeez, yeah, Jerome Hughes is the Dally M winner for a reason. And although this year I don't think he's in contention, I absolutely think it should be James Tedesco. Yeah, he's a very deserving winner last year. Speaking of the Dally M, that is something that next week. Wait, what day is it on? Next week. Meanie from in front. Oh, jeez, it wasn't comfortable. Yeah, I will stream the Dally M, but... Well, I intended to, but what day is it on? Ah, here we go. Wednesday, October 1. Yeah, I could do that. Unfortunately, I have to miss an event here, but... Yeah, I will absolutely stream the Dally M. As Toby Rudolph goes up the tunnel. I think really, are we still referring to it as the Dally M? I think we should be referring to it as the Teddy Esco, but that's just me. It's Wednesday night, next week. I think maybe it wasn't my favorite stream from last year, but last year I did stream it and it was one of my favorite ones. And I did like a whole special, what is it, this side? Yeah, like a whole special outline for it. I might still have it, actually. Let me see if I still have it. Because it's the kind of thing where, like, I saved the template. So Melbourne up 25 meters out from their own line. Doesn't look like I do have it. That's annoying. I have to make a new one. JAC the one says, I hope Hammer gets Dally M. Would be a cool winner, but I don't know if it is just Rooster's bias. I really think Tedesco deserves it, in my opinion. So 60 meters gained. Melbourne on the last. Hughes gets it, puts a bomb up. It's being chased by Will Warbrick. He doesn't contest it, and Kennedy gets that one. Hunter says, I hope I see you at the grand final, Leaguie. I'd love to meet you. Absolutely. I'll be wearing this. If you see me, come say hi, brother. Come say hello. I'll be hanging around all day. Do we know if Bloke in a Bar is doing an event, by the way? I don't think they did one last year. But I used to love going to like their pre-game live podcasts. Geez, completion rate 9 out of 9 for Melbourne, but 8 out of 9 for Cronulla. It's been very good. Brax says, my friends will twist my nipples if Melbourne win. Please help me. You might need better friends, Brax. On the fourth, Hines thought of kicking there. Doesn't. Ramian will be wrapped up just shy of the halfway line. He says we stream our first date. Well, you have a driver's license. At least we know that. Trindle's got the ball back off a bounce. Chips, was he taken out? Oh, penalty Melbourne for an obstruction. No, offside. Penalty Storm. Hunter says, how about the halftime show with Teddy Swims? Is it halftime? I thought it was pregame. Normally it's pregame. Tiger, we can't do a three-way date. You are a minor. That has severe legal implications for me. To be abundantly clear, to finally put an end to the conspiracy theories, I am not into minors. Just in case there was any doubt about that. Yes, hang on, the avid Cowboys fan. Yes, that is the only clip I could find, but it doesn't sound great. I don't know the quality. Beautiful offload, Safado gives it to Ryan Pappenhausen. Grant for Munster. Oh, there was a chase through from Eli Katoa, but the kick never came. 6 more. Oh, sensing a try here for sure. Grant. Melbourne are really, really looking hot here. Cronulla have their work cut out for them. Munster with it. Doesn't pass for Stefano. Goes himself. Kev says Winston Neville is better than you. Okay. I'm not denying that. Thank you, Kev. Hughes finds Elias Katoa. Why couldn't Stefano play like this for the Blues? I agree, Lancaster. Maybe we need Craig in as Blues coach. Your answer is probably Laurie Daly. Teen Tonator says, so you're not Jeffrey Epstein? I am not. Dean, I will play the Sharks theme once this set is done. Grant. Out the back for Munster. Finds now Sean Bloor. Offload back inside for Pappenhausen. They are trying hard here, Melbourne, but the scramble defense of Cronulla is insane. Grant doesn't get it. No 6 again. Munster will kick across field. I saw this in 2023. Warbrick up for it. Taps it back. Meaney for the corner. Passes back inside. Trindle knocks it dead. Whoa. A dropout has been forced, but the highlight of that was the Sharks scramble defense. And it deserves this.
Up, Cronulla, the boys in the black, white and blue.
Jesus, Braden Trindle has saved a try there. Massively saved a try. Mark's asked thoughts on Mark to Union. I touched on it a little bit earlier, so I'll just be brief. Expected it. Not too hurt by it. I think it's... Oh, no. Yeah, knock on a 4 brick. So it's actually a 20-meter restart. That's huge. Big loss for the Roosters, but unfortunately, I think quite unavoidable. And I do think he might be back. Dean has donated again.
Up, Cronulla, the boys in the black, white and blue.
There's 50 other people watching on YouTube and 10 more on Twitch. And they are all listening to the Cronulla theme because Dean's donating. That is hilarious. Caleb, it's out to the 20 because Warbrick knocked it on. I think they both touched it, but it's a knock-on from Warbrick in goal. So, and Kev said, I'm tied with Winston. I'll take that. Now, me and Winston get along very, very well. Hunter says I should be promoted as a 9 Sports or Fox commentator. I never thought that was in my future. I'm starting to think maybe a little bit more if I work on my commentator voice. Brayley, out of dummy half. Trindle with a kick in. Pappenhausen gets it. And did very, very well there not to knock it on as he breaks a few tackles there. I'm very, very out of practice with commentating because I don't commentate. I host a live stream. But I don't know. Have I got the voice? Tear me down, chat. Say no. I would rather listen to nails on a chalkboard than listen to you commentate rugby league. Kev says your game is lagging and not up to date. It's always behind. And then there's latency going through YouTube and everything. I can't help it, unfortunately. The clock says 17 minutes now, if you want to sync up with me. So Jerome Hughes on the last, kicks it on halfway. It's a weird little sort of short-range chip one, but it does work its way down to the 10 after a few bounces. NRL Head says, who's a Storm fan who's going to donate to play the Storm theme song? I think Lorenzo, he's a Storm fan. Is the notable one I can think of. Your commentary voice is soothing. I watch old streams to fall asleep at night. Do you really? Is that genuinely? That's very, very flattering if you do. Thank you. How many people have you had in one stream? The maximum was, I think, triple figures at any one time. Kev says, can you give my dog Johnson a shout out? He got ran over today and died? Jesus Christ, I'm so sorry to hear that. Dude, that is horrible. I'm really, really sorry. All the best. As the Sharks knock it on there. Sorry, it's tough to move on for a subject like that, but yeah. Do have to talk about the game. It was a nice little kick from Braden Trindle. Underneath it, Nico Hines, off the bat back, did eventually knock it on there. Bogus says those headphones are as bright as the sun. They are. When it's like that angle, they shine. Do you use your phone to fall asleep? Says Bucks. I listen to music as I fall asleep. Not with these, though, because they're, like, very fragile. So. Yeah, all right, see, Pedro. All right. Oh, was that forward? It was forward. Gee, Shaw Blow was in some space, but forward pass. Dean donates, says, rest in peace, Doggo. You are loved. Don't play the song for this. Very, very nice of you, Dean. I will not play the song. I don't know why it's not showing up. Yeah, that's odd that it didn't show the notification. Anyway. So Cronulla with a chance here with 15 minutes left to go in the first half. If they can go in at halftime level pegging, I mean, we're a long way away from that, but I think that'd be a massive confidence boost for them. Massive confidence boost. What do you listen to? Says Willie Boy. The Beatles, Oasis, Elton John, Billy Joel, David Bowie, the Beach Boys, Simon and Garfunkel, Bob Dylan. Yeah. Penalty there, Cronulla. From in front, they are 6 down. I don't think there's much thought of taking the 2. There's a stray boot. A stray boot belonging to Blake Brayley. Am I forgetting anyone? Noel Gallagher's High Flying Birds are the most underrated band of all time. I listen to a lot of them. Robert Jamaica, oh, I want to take it. Dada Kokomo, baby. So Brayley, on the first, they are meters away from the Sharks line. That was a knock on there, I think, from Cronulla. What's the ruling? We got a whistle. Penalty to the Cronulla Sharks. Tackle without the ball. Do you watch football, soccer? I do. A little bit. To be fair, I don't watch it so much. I follow it. I'm a very passionate Sunderland fan. I don't just Napoli fan in your username, so... Tiger says your voice is as good as my ability to make thumbnails. Well, good. We both got room for improvement then. That's fine. Trending upwards. Billy Bones with a run. Cronulla have had way more full sets in attacking territory than I would have thought they'd get throughout the entire game, let alone just in one half. Octopus song by the Beatles is the only good song. 0 out of 10 rage bait, Dean. 0 out of 10 rage bait. So Brayley out of dummy half. There's a huge gap back inside. Oh, that's an obstruction. Yeah, Braden Trindle. No, even though he didn't take advantage, penalty stall. That's a big missed opportunity for Cronulla. That is huge. That is huge. Sneaky asked, does Sunderland have fans? There's actually a Sunderland fan that pops into these live streams sometimes. Capri and Mecca. Insert says, remarkable our client was despised as a ref in the Super League, has gone back to Australia and now has us UK lot are wanting him back. The state of officiating in the UK is abysmal. There's, yeah, a real, I think, sense when it comes to NRL fans with referees that it doesn't matter how good referees are, there will always be the same level of complaint. And there's a lack of perspective, because we don't have... Well, we do have a competition to compare ourselves to, and it's you, but Australian rugby league fans just don't think about the Super League as much as they nearly should. Munster's through the line. He's got support through Pappenhausen. Goes the other way, doesn't use him, gets dacked, is meters from the line. Meters from the line, but Storm look very good here. There's surely space out wide. Grant passes to Loiero. Steps, stutters. Pappenhausen thinks to put a kick in, doesn't put a kick in, straight it goes himself, doesn't find it. One tackle left to go. Grant out of dummy half, finds Munster, short ball for Sean Bloor, does get a wild offload away. Grant was tackled without the ball there. Pappenhausen has got it. There's a 4-on-2. They're going to go through the hands here. Melbourne, close to the line. Meaney gets tackled just before it. Jesus Christ. Meaney didn't know it was the last. How? Cronulla's scramble defense has been unreal. Unreal.
He's everywhere, bro.
And a penalty. Huge. Penalty for a crusher. That is freaking massive. Oh, I'm out of breath. How the hell did Cronulla survive that? Yeah, how did they not score, says Bergen? I agree. Kayla says, the Beatles had to be high or drunk when they made Yellow Submarine and Octopus's Garden. You picked out the 2 most famous songs made by Ringo, the drummer. Trust me, there are a lot more Beatles songs that imply that they were high. Have a listen to All Together Now. Or Piggies. Or Being for the Benefit of Mr. Kite. That is a weird ass song. And the Walrus, yeah, that as well. There's one I'm trying to think of, though, that, Wild Honey Pie. It's on the White Album. Gotta be one of the worst songs anyone has ever made. But they're my favorite band of all time by far. Hides, Burns is through, gets it offload to Ramian, finds his winger, Katoa. Will he get away from Xavier Coates? Coates has not tackled him. Cronulla have scored. Cronulla have scored. Sione Katoa has got 2. How the hell are Cronulla 2 tries to the good in this game? How?
Up, Cronulla, the boys in the black, white and blue.
It has seemed like they've wasted every attacking opportunity they've had, and that Melbourne have been on the verge of scoring at every one of their chances. But it was a beautiful little half break there. Ramian got it, draw and pass. Katoa couldn't outrun Coates, but happened to beat him, and then got over the line. Did so well to stay in the field of play while actively sliding over Cronulla. That is very, very good.
That's not a try, that's a miracle!
I mean, maybe that's a bit much, but, you know, it's a prelim final. I'm excited. Sue me. Hunter asked, what do you think about the Radley situation? It's played out. It's played out as it is, and I don't mind it in the end. One thing that I did see, I'm very disappointed that he's not playing for England. I'm very, very critical of players who choose not to play for their country when they're available for selection. And so I want to say, you know, it's the same as when it's Roosters players. I'm disappointed in Victor Radley in that sense. And I'm curious, there's evidently a few Englishmen in this chat. How do you guys feel? Because I know a lot of the English fans are like, good, we can get an actual proper Englishman to play. And I see that argument for sure. But how does it feel when a player decides not to represent that jersey when they had the opportunity to? Either way, I think Morgan Knowles and Morgan Smithies are probably just as good locks. GR Braden, thank you for the follow on Twitch. McLovin says, what an effort from Coates, but great work from Katoa to score that one. I agree. I agree completely with that. Katoa did very well, particularly to stay in the field of play against a winger who is both bigger and faster than he is. Willie says, is it deserved, do you think? In light of what Nick Polita said, yeah, the Roosters couldn't have gone any lighter. Hines from the sideline to level us up. Hits it. Oh, I thought it might stay in, but no. 10 points to 8. Insert says, I think Radley will end up going to St. Helens. Also, as an Englishman, he wouldn't even make the squad. Okay, well, I'm curious on that note of not making the squad, because he can play lock and back row. Who do you have in your forward pack? Do you have the likes of Knowles and Smithies over him at lock, and say Nicholson, Pierce Paul? I'm trying to think of guys that are actually playing in England. I've been open. My Super League knowledge. Every year I'm like, I'm going to follow the Super League more, and then I just don't. And I feel guilty about it. But yeah. Rugby League World Cup is next year. Next year. Why is the Rugby League World Cup a thing? It's my favorite sports tournament in the world. I love the Rugby League World Cup. Every game with a big team is like 50-0 minimum. You don't grow a sport and bridge that gap by shutting out the lower teams. So. Brax, I think Tedesco. Easy. It will be Dally M. Super League is the sniper wolf of the NRL. What does that even mean? What does that mean, Dean? Is that Rudolph? Rudolph back on the field. Okay, I didn't notice that. So Hines will kick from inside his own half. 10 points to 8. I said that if Sharks were level at halftime, they would love that. 10 points to 8 in effect is just as good. Arrowhead, is that a typo? If not, we can't have mods saying that. Wasso Arail, thank you for the follow on Twitch. Penalty Melbourne Storm. Penalty Melbourne Storm. So with 7.5 minutes to go. Thoughts of a challenge? I don't think they're going to use it. Doesn't look like it. No. Aussie Bloke says Isaiah Katoa should be Dally M. Every Dally M, I feel like the NRL world feels like they know who's going to win, and rarely that player actually does. Last year was an example of it happening, where everyone thought Hughes was going to win and Hughes won, but the year before everyone thought it would be SJ, and obviously Ponga won. The year before that, everyone thought it would be Ben Hunt, and who won? Hines? So Katoa could be that guy. And I have Katoa as my Dally M halfback of the year, but in my opinion, James Tedesco is that guy. So, I'm not watching the AFL Grand Final. To be honest, like, I'm just not involved in it. I couldn't even tell you what teams are in it. Are Brisbane one of them? I think Brisbane are in it. I have no idea who the other team is. Oh, Brax, Teddy. Teddy's easily the best player out of those three. Hughes on the last, 39-meter gain, kicks it up to try and find the wing of Xavier Coates. Coates goes up for it. Coates catches it, but it's locked up the ball. So with 6.5 minutes left to go, Cronulla will get the ball on their own line. Chickawee's back, cool. George says, did you think Sharks win the grand final since 2016? Like, did I think they would get another premiership win? Probably not. In none of those years have I thought that they were the best team, so. Buck says, Marky Mark could just play in the World Cup next year rather than going to Union. The Rugby Union World Cup is a much higher profile event than the Rugby League World Cup. Excuse me. And particularly in Australia, so I don't blame him. Brisbane and Geelong. Cool. Good for them. Good for them. If I tried to name you a player from either of those teams, Lachie Neale, does he play for Brisbane? No idea any Geelong players. But yeah. So that was a good catch there from Will Warbrick. He was teetering with the sideline, but stayed in rather convincingly. Dean says, Reactbot, say no response if I should time out someone and donate again. Reactbot, say no response if I should time out someone and donate again.
Crossmark, no response.
In fairness, he just said crossmark, no response, not no response. On the third, 5 minutes left to go in this first half. Lachie Neale's a Brisbane line. There we go. I knew that one. I'm an AFL genius. Oh, kick from Cameron Munster. Pappenhausen's chasing it. They're celebrating, the Storm fans. Pappenhausen's celebrating. Ashley Clyde has given it. The Melbourne Storm on the verge of half-time have put another try on the board. 14 points to 8. That's what they can do to you. That's a dagger. That is a dagger on the verge of half-time to the confidence of the Cronulla Sharks. Beautiful little set play. Kennedy, again, twice his positioning on those plays hasn't been great. He was in the line, Munster kicked in behind, and really, I think if Pappenhausen hadn't grounded that, looking at that, I think there was potentially even contact before Pappenhausen got the ball. So, the buzzer says, do you have to be mod to use Reactbot? Reactbot's available on my Discord, so no. But on the streams only I use Reactbot. Try confirmed. Huge. That'll be an 8-point lead that the Melbourne Storm take into halftime, provided there's no more points. Willie says, do you think this game's becoming a rivalry in recent years? Well, grand finals always create rivalries, and I think it's been a bit of a callback to then ever since. I don't know if recent years are necessarily what I would have called it, So Nick Meaney will, I reckon, very, very easily kick this, and we'll have that 16-8 gap. Yes. Meaney kicks it. 8 points is only 8 points, but in a prelim final down in Melbourne, that is an incredibly long way back against the Storm. And while I'm not saying Will Kennedy is at fault for 2 tries, I really do think his positioning, if he'd got his positioning right, would have gone a long way to preventing them. Put it this way, if Will Kennedy was positioned correctly on that play, Munster doesn't do that chip in behind, so. The boss says, are you a supporter of Bring Back the Biff? My heart says yes and my head says no, and my head is correct, so. Over my heart, anyway, in my opinion. So. Dean donates and says, next comment after this will get timed out for 10 seconds. I was going to comment. I was too late. But Dean's donated, so I need to play the theme.
Up, Cronulla, the boys in the black, white and blue.
Well, at least they're winning one count, Cronulla, and that's the number of times the theme song was played. Who do you think will win the grand final? Says Sarge. I tipped Storm at the start of this final series. Many people called me a little bit crazy for it. They're still my tip. Azabine says, do you know anyone by the name of the name of guy that's name starts with A on Insta. What? You know that Cole Palmer meme where he says, what? That's me right now. Such says, I love you. And I love you too, random citizen. Out of curiosity, are you named after the Cars character, Sarge? If so, I love you infinitely more. C Fanta says, we're no strangers to love. I was at a karaoke 2 nights ago, and I sung that song. I freaking smashed it, by the way. I also sung Gangnam Style, which I don't speak Korean. I can't read Korean. So the lyrics on screen meant nothing. But I remember that song phonetically. Mulatalo stepping inside, gets it offload away to KL Iro. Is tackled around the 40. No, gets a nice offload away. Kennedy. Could there be space out on the right-hand side? They don't find it. Kafusi, they're just tossing this ball everywhere. Now the Melbourne defensive line advances. Rudolph couldn't get an offload, though. Voice break. Holy. So ball gone up. It's being chased by Mulatalo. Oh, and he just tackled Warbrick, who bounces away from a few of them. Bounces away from Hines, does find the ground. Karaoke stream. I did say if, who was it? I can't remember who it was. If they donated enough, I'd sing the Canberra Raiders theme. The boss says, who's your favorite 3 players on the field tonight? Hines would be my favorite player on the field. Pappenhausen as well. Easy top 2. Do love a bit of Toby Rudolph as well. Do love a bit of Toby Rudolph. That's just off the top of my head. Sanchez, I go for the Roosters. It's my birthday and I only got Roosters stuff. Well, you have a good taste of rugby league club, so very good taste. Nothing wrong with only getting Roosters stuff. That's the best kind of stuff. And happy birthday. You like Mulatalo? I do like Mulatalo. Oh, nice catch there, Eli Katoa. Does get it offload away. It's still store ball. Pappenhausen has got it. On the last offload, caught there by Billy Burns. Now they're getting their offloads of their own, the Sharks. Mulatalo finds the ground. 20 seconds to go. Brax, I support Sunderland. I've been a Sunderland supporter for about 8 years. Dean says, night leg man, don't let me down, or whatever the Beatles said. You going to bed? Wait, your team's playing in a prelim. What do you mean? I mean, good night, if so. But what? So that's half time. Wow, the clock is very behind. How did that happen? I think NRL.com is goofed. It is half time, I assure you. Well, I'll try and fix that by next time. Anyway, at 16 points to 8, Steve Edit says death taxes of the Sharks choking a prelim. They did it last year. I don't know if this is choking a prelim. They haven't played bad. In my opinion, I think this just simply reflects the strength of the sides. Why is the clock more wrong than the Leaguie's ladder predictions? That is fighting words from someone who said that we basically had the same ladder predictions. Do you like the Western Sydney Wanderers? I don't really care about the A-League, and if I had allegiances, it would be to Sydney FC, so I guess no. Oh, been up since 2 a.m, so I'm needing sleep. Understood, Dean. Well, sweet dreams, and hopefully for your sake, you wake up to a Cronulla victory. Lancaster says, stats say this is over. As far as I'm concerned, an 8-point deficit down in Melbourne. Over is a very, very strong word. But I'm giving Cronulla a 10% chance of victory from here. Brack says we want Kogo. Unfortunately, she's in Sydney. I'm in Canberra. Hunter says, can we get some verbal highlights and some halftime predictions? What? Verbal highlights? What do you mean by verbal highlights? Halftime predictions, though, as I say, I think no more than a 10% chance Cronulla win this one. I'd be tipping maybe Melbourne from here, 28 to 12, I think would be my scoreline. The Bonster says, Sharks fans next to me reckon Sharks 20+. Their scramble defense was very, very good in moments. But they had a lot of attacking opportunity, didn't necessarily make the most of it. And Melbourne are just playing like the better team. So, we want Chair. And I swear I am the biggest Storm doubter right here. You might be the biggest Storm doubter. It takes a lot to doubt the Storm. A lot to doubt the Storm. From Storm fan, ironically. But you always doubt your own team. It's like you always get the sense that your own team is vulnerable. So, such as who do you think is the greatest of all time? If I say Nathan Cleary, I'm going to get lynched. Andrew Johns. But it's hard for me to comment. I've watched maybe 5 full games in which Andrew Johns has played. So, I'm going off what I've heard. The best I've ever seen in my life is Nathan Cleary, without a doubt. Mitch Seaver says Klein cannot get the grand final. Is that based on this game? What's he doing wrong today? What if we decided Ashley Klein's doing wrong? It just becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy where we team in particular, everyone just nitpicks for things that are going wrong. When it's either too many penalties or not enough penalties, or he makes it about himself, or he doesn't get involved enough and doesn't make rulings that he should. And he, was trying to give Broncos the victory despite awarding Raiders the victory twice when it shouldn't have been. Like, Willie Boy says, who's the worst commentator in the NRL? I mean referee. I'm not answering either of those. I'm not answering worst commentator because there's a good chance I end up being one. Well, not a good chance. There's a maybe chance I end up being one of their colleagues one day. And referee because it's just not in good faith. So. Lancaster says, how can you say Cleary's the best you've ever seen when you've watched Tane Milne or even the great Lukey Brooks? Well, in some sense, we mustn't forget Ash Taylor when it comes to these discussions. But I know it's controversial. I do think Cleary's better. And yeah, sure, here we go. We're going to have the people, saying Origin. Completely taken point. I accept that, but if he finds success in Origin, that will absolutely cement his legacy, in my opinion. I still have him as the best, though. Even though I'm not a Cows fan, the best ever is JT. JT's just proven how good he is with all the Dally M medals and kicking the only ever golden point field goal in the grand final. A moment like that in the grand final is great, but Cleary has his grand final moment as well in 2023. JT is great. I don't know. I think there might be a little bit of recency bias with it. A little bit. Cronker Coop, best of all time. Cooper Cronk's my favorite player of all time, so, Chose donates $2 and says, thoughts on the 48-hour extra break? Is that the gap between this game and the next? It might be the best thing for our ratings, but I find it a little bit small fry when we move ourselves around based on the AFL Grand Final. So, yeah. Do you think the Perth Bears will do good? I don't have a lot of faith in Mal Meninga's coaching, to be honest. But they're going to, be a much longer-term prospect than just Mal Meninga's tenure. So, yes, in the fullness of time, definitely. Soulfair says Cronker's a traitor. I'm really sorry that you feel that way, because he was one of the greatest ever servants of your club. So, who did you support in the NRL? Sarge, I support the Roosters as well. Me and you, brother. And he says, JT is great. And it's probably my third best of all time. Cleary's 20 minutes, in my mind, cemented him as the greatest player ever. As I say, I can't talk about players I haven't seen, but Cleary's the best that I've seen. Thoughts on Channel 7's rights to the Rugby League World Cup? It's very interesting, actually. Sort of a little bit out of nowhere. I've just had this idea. I mean, I assume that they might have their plans. But I remember Marley Silva. She got started with the Rugby League World Cup in 2021 by just going over to England and covering it. If Channel 7 needs staff, your boy, might as well ask. I might send him an email after this. Leaguie Moses or Walker? Mitch Moses or Sam Walker? Mitchell Moses is a better halfback than Sam Walker right now. If you mean like the biblical Moses versus Cody Walker, both are really good at finding gaps and creating gaps. Whether it be the Dead Sea or defensive lines. But I think I'd have to go with Biblical Moses. So it's still 50-50, says James. I definitely don't think this game is 50-50. Katoa hat-trick? Well, he's on 2. You'd have to think maybe. Who's the greatest Roosters player of all time? I think it's Freddie. I do have to disagree, Sarge. Freddie's very good. Tedesco's eclipsed Brad Fittler's legacy at the club. But we are a very, very long and storied club. We are the oldest in the league, as I like to tell South fans. You look at the likes of Beatson, Ray Steer, Kevin Hastings, Ron Coote. There's a lot of guys. So, Leaguie, is your account managed by your parents? It is not managed by my parents. I'm 22. So, Cho says, if you got a contract with 7, 9, or Fox. If I did. We can only speculate. Alex says, who'll run it straight between Amber Hall from the Roosters or Spencer Leniu? Or who'll win a run it straight? I mean, Spencer he's a full-time player. Amber Hall's part-time. But, geez, I'm not running straight at Amber Hall. God, no. Such as my mum used to go out with Arthur Beetson. That is insane. What an incredible bit of rugby league lore. That's brilliant. Soda, thank you for the subscription on YouTube. McLovin, I mean, you say don't compare an NRLW player to an NRL player. It's disrespectful to the men. That's not the first takeaway I get from it, to be honest. I think it's unfair to the women. That's the angle I'd approach it from. But yeah. Nice to see Isaiah Katoa in the studio. It's cool because they often get, old retired halves or like halves near retirement. But to see a guy that young, man, it's cool. Man, it's so cool. What position do you play yourself? I played one game of rugby league in my life. And it was back row. And I didn't touch the ball. It was in the charity match earlier this year. Jeez, I'm getting old, chat. Freaking the panel is Kieran Ford, Cooper Cronk, and now Isaiah Katoa. I am old. I think this soundbite's for me.
Well, age shall not weary them.
Nor the years condemn. I don't think he... no, he's 20... Katoa's 21, yeah? I think he's 21. Isaiah Katoa. Yeah, 21. Turns 22 in February. Why is there no mid-season test? I'd be in favour of it for sure. I used to love the old Anzac test between Australia and New Zealand. I think it's a thing where you have this game where the most powerful entities are the clubs. And it's fundamentally against the interests of the clubs to do a mid-season test. Saints to win 08. Thank you for the subscription on YouTube. We don't normally get so many notifications about YouTube subscribers, so they are flying through right now. If you are watching on YouTube, if you are one of the 47 people and you're not subscribed, we're trying to get to 10K by the end of the year. I once thought that was an unachievable goal. I'm now thinking it is. I'm now thinking it's very achievable. And I'm not going to say what it is, because I'd be better off keeping it a secret for now. But there is something coming up in the postseason for me that's quite big. It's actually very, very big. And I think could be the difference between getting to 10K or not. So I'm just saying, be part of this journey, because it's gone very, very well. Literally, look at the numbers. A tenth of my subscribers have come in the last 28 days. That is crazy. That's crazy. Room tour at 10K? Absolutely, room tour at 10K. Best jersey this year? I gave my top 3 as the Broncos blackout jersey. What was my second one? My third one was Dragons Anzac because of the story behind it. Damn it. Does anyone follow me on Instagram? What was my other one? Oh, Tigers. The Tigers one that they wore against North Queensland, I believe. Leaguie South fan at 10K. We've got the Bizarro Leaguie image on my Discord. Where is it? I've got it on my computer. Here we go. Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. That is my favorite and least favorite image of all time. It's horrible. It's so bad. There we go. Yeah, it's an emoji. I forgot. On Discord. Sorry, on Twitch, it's an emoji. That's great. Let's go. Since I said that thing about, you know, if you're watching, subscribe, the notifications didn't come up, but we've got three more subscribers on YouTube just from that. That's brilliant. But yeah, there's something very cool is coming. Something very cool is coming. Who says, what did I just walk into? I did just, you know, halftime chat. You know how it gets. You know how it gets. Cho says, if you got a contract with 7/9 or Fox... Hang on, I missed it. I was reading it, and then, oh yeah. Would you campaign for moving cameras out of change rooms? This is the thing, Chose. It would depend the position I'm in. If I come in as a very low-level employee and start making moves like that, it's not a wise career decision. If I want to affect change, I'm better off trying to work my way up that ladder. But while I wouldn't campaign, my opinions are public, and they're out there, and I think anyone in those organizations employing me would know that. I mean, that video, it was so weird. It didn't do that well. Funnily enough. How many views is it on? Jeez, it was a while ago I made it. That wasn't that long ago. Holy, hang on. Last I checked, it was on, like, I don't know, 10K, 12K. Which, like, my reacting to ladder predictions got 20K. So... Dahlia winner, as I've said, Tedesco. I will stream that next week, though. Yeah, it got less than 12K, 11.6K. But still, when I meet people in real life, they're like, your changing room camera video was outstanding. So somehow people know about it. The RLPA legal team watched it. If you haven't seen it, I'll put the link in the chat because there are obviously quite a few people here. I'll put a link in the YouTube chat. It is the best video I ever made. It took me a month to do. And it's, I think, one of the most important, I mean, I'm biased, but one of the most important pieces of rugby league journalism of a long while. So yeah. Last three videos have popped off. They have. It's been an incredible month. Incredible month. All Blacks Wallabies game tomorrow. Who do you think will win? Similarly to AFL, I'm sort of cross-union. I don't mind it when I watch it, but it's just like League, but with less interesting things. Daniel says, is the wall in the background the ladder from last year? So you can update it. It is from 9th onwards. The finals is like finishing order because I didn't want to have Melbourne ahead of Penrith. But next year I will have a new ladder. That's actually a good point. I assumed I'd switch on the calendar year. Maybe after the Pacific Championships, I'll switch it. What's the next video? That's a good question. I don't know. Put Raiders on top next year. I will not be putting Raiders on top next year. Finley Birch, thank you. The finals is in finishing order. Such as Leaguie, please answer. Sorry, could you send your message again? Oh, New South Wales or Queensland? New South Wales. New South Wales. Okay, let's get back into it. The I stopped the clock because it was doing weird things, so it's still on 34:02. But let me fix that up. Let's go. Will Billy Burns play 80 minutes? Does he normally do that? I know a lot of creators would be completely across that. The likes of the Rugby League Guru. It's not really my shtick. You've been thunderstruck. NRL says the YouTube shows only show when you're publicly showing who you sub to. That makes a lot of sense, actually. Heaps of sense. Okay. Who do you think? Did I say this signing of the year? Luai. Tigers. Yeah, Luai. Jeez, intense defense there from the Melbourne Storm. That was heavy stuff. Like San Francisco Giants or LA Dodgers? Are the is that a baseball team? The Giants? I know the LA Dodgers. Wow. I would have thought I would know more MLB teams. Ah, no. Dodgers, innit? What about Adam Fanua-Blake? If Cronulla go on to make a grand final, then yeah, I would be willing to change that up. But as it stands, having signed Fanua-Blake, Cronulla have got just as far as they did last year, so... Bruh, so not Paris fullback? No, not Paris fullback. Iongi was good, but no. Luai has transformed a club, and I believe will continue to transform a club. So Grant, Loiero, now Munster with the ball, as Ennis says that the Storm are on it. Clark, I think, was a very, very good signing, but I think Jerome Luai has fundamentally changed the entirety of the West Tigers culture. And that can't be understated. So, geez, Sarge, that is amazing. Went out with Beatson, Meninga, and Bob Fulton. Your mum certainly had a type. Lakers says it's crazy that it took Pappenhausen 3 should-end career injuries in a row to knock him from best in the comp by far to merely an elite 1. He has been through the absolute ringer, and I've been very impressed by the way in which he's still able to play. So, yeah. The next para 5'8" will be Josh Papali. Unless, I mean, I haven't heard any rumors about it, but if they could afford a Matt Burton, would be a good combination with Moses. Just saying. DeBotster, I'm not sure that's true. Melbourne out of their own end here. There's a few complaining Cronulla Sharks players. They don't get anything for that. Sharks will score, try to get more points. Well, that is certainly the intention of the game, George. Absolutely. NRL head. I'm talking a lot longer term. A lot longer term. The Tigers are a team on the up after finishing last 3 years in a row. I think that's worth talking about. Grant with it. Out now for Jerome Hughes. Puts a kick up. That's a lot more shallow, I think, than he intended. It's caught by Katoa. They do get an offload away. And Howarth kicks it again. Grant is chasing through like a madman. Kennedy catches it going backwards. That was a good catch. That was a very good catch. And gets a pass away to Katoa, who gets away from a couple of them. Still away from him. Keeping on his feet. Makes about 10 meters there. Sarge, yeah, the mark thing. This will be the last time I talk about it because it's the third time. As I say, huge loss for us. I saw it coming probably. I think he'll be back. Basically. Yeah. Buck says we need Argentina in the World Cup. The Rugby League World Cup? I don't know how much Rugby League presence there is in Argentina. Rumors around that Burton might be going to the Cowboys. Wouldn't mind him his extra centre depth. I would think if he's going somewhere it's to play 5'8". But yeah. That was nearly a 40-20. That is very, very true, Daniel. Warbrick gets away from a couple. Doesn't get an offload, though. He was shaping for it a couple of times. But that was a good run. Tigers in the 8 in 26. That's the kind of thing that I absolutely think they're capable of. But as I say, I always predict about 14 teams to finish top 8, so... Main target player for base. I need to look at who's available. Is Munster off contract? He'd be a good signing. See, Phantom, I would think you'd play Dearden at 7 and then Burton at 6 if Burton were to arrive. Penalty Storm. I'm not as much of a Clifford believer as a lot of other people. I don't think you win a premiership with Jake Clifford in the halves. So... He's a player who absolutely has his place in the NRL, and he's very serviceable. But I think if you have the option to attract Matt Burton to the club and play him at 5'8", you do. Crichton will be next in Union hit list. He could very reasonably go. That's okay. We got Wong, Fiketti, Radley, Steep, Egan Butcher. Next, who should be the next Immortal? I don't know. Slater? Jake Clifford will win us a premiership if our coach didn't screw. Oh, Pappenhausen's hurt. He's clutching his shoulder. Danger. Danger, danger, danger. How hurt is Brian Pappenhausen right now? Is he still on the ground? Six more. Clifford left to Raiders? Did he? Is that confirmed? I don't think that was confirmed. Munster has got it. Yeah, Pappenhausen is back up on his feet here. Gets it. Oh, passes back inside. Yeah, I think Pappenhausen is okay, Chad. I think it was just a burner. So now finds Hughes, steps away from one, steps away from another, but it is tackled there by Siosifa Talakai. Sharks under the cosh here. If they can see the try here, I'm happy to call the game. Close to the line there, Alec McDonald. Oh, Billy Birds is split badly. Really badly. Kick in behind. Is it too big? Oh, it is a bit too big. Billy Birds has blood streaming down his neck. Absolutely streaming. The game has got to be stopped for the blood bin here. Yeah, he's on the ground in the back. Who the Raiders sign as halfback? I've heard a loan deal for Jonah Pezzett is being explored. Oh, it was close. That grounding was close. Yeah, there've been a few players I'm surprised that the Raiders didn't try and pursue, to be honest. When you've got a George Williams going to the Dolphins, yeah, this will be stopped, I think, for the blood bin. Yeah, Billy Burns. Yeah. Have they cleaned him up at least? A little bit, but yeah, you could see how the blood was streaming. There you go. He's not playing 80. He's not playing 80. What's the best video you will create in the future? In my opinion, my two best ones are the change room camera video and the 2024 NRL Rewind. I'm going to do the 2025 NRL Rewind, so hopefully that's the best. We can't lose Pezzett is a much bigger future to us than what Munster is. It would be a loan deal for Jonah Pezzett. A loan deal. I'm surprised that that's the kind of player they'd be going for, though. If George Williams is coming into the Dolphins, you know, feels weird that the Dolphins will have him, Katoa, and Nikarima while Raiders are struggling to find a halfback. What's the best collab you've ever done, Tiger Hunt? I mean, I've done a fair few, like, very good collabs. Unfortunately, the answer is not Tiger Walker. Although I had a lot of fun doing that. I think it would have to be like Winston or someone like that. Dane Laurie off to Canberra? Is that something that's confirmed? That surprises me. It doesn't seem like a solution to their problems unless they were moving Kyle Weeks to 7. And that'd be insane. Why is the Sharks player bleeding? I don't know, but he is off for a HIA, so. Hughes with the kick from inside his own half. So scores still the same as they were at halftime. Kennedy with a good catch there. When's the Nazi French Rugby League video coming out? No. It's a kind of off-season video. But it's one of those ones where, like, it doesn't matter when I make it. And so if there's news to talk about, I'll talk about the news. Penalty Sharks. Brax, I will do a grand final match day vlog. I did one last year. It didn't do very well last year. It will do a bit better this year, I think. But, man, I'll tell you what. When I did it last year, I swore I was not going to repeat it. Because it takes so long to make a match day vlog. Insanely long. But I've got the equipment now. I've got little microphones like this that I'll be using. So. Nicaro with a run. Up over the 40 now. Alec McDonald looks like he has the Giga Chad filter on. He really does. The chin. Talakai can't get an offload away, but that's nice. Next try, very, very important here. Assad, you can. You can. So on the fourth here, Cronulla looking okay. Brayley out of W half. They're 10 meters out. Finds Trindle. Short ball fatigue Wilton. Nothing doing there. Nothing doing there. So on the last, Brayley in a dummy half will find Trindle. He'll kick across field. Oh, it's not actually that deep. Oh, Kennedy had a go at it, couldn't reel it in. And the ruling is 20-meter tap. He was protesting that he was taken out. Touched it. Yeah. Oh, it's those moments. That feels like the kind of moments that are going to be playing in the minds of Sharks fans. It really does. Thank you, Magnetic, on the short form content. I haven't made one in a few days, but yeah, it's important for me on like Instagram and TikTok, because literally fame in rugby league content comes from Instagram and TikTok, not YouTube. But I'm a YouTuber, absolutely. It is funny though when like I'll go on a podcast or something and I'll be referred to as like, you know, TikToker the League, and I'm like, really? Like I've got like 2K on TikTok, 8.5K on YouTube, so. It's funny when people know me for that. And like, do you know me for YouTube as well? Are you aware? If the NRL wants to grow the game internationally, why don't they play games in China or India? Are they stupid? I know the AFL played a game in China. Maybe, because Perth, I believe, is on the same time zone as China. Maybe with that, they will. Kamikamitha with a big run in behind. He had a lot of space there. On the last, Grant to find Hughes, steps back inside, steps inside another, gets a pass away. There are numbers out there. Whoa, caught in goal. It bounces, ball bounces, and it'll be forced in goal. Drop out. Jeez, that one could have been a Melbourne try. Could have been a Melbourne try. Watson says, for some reason I thought this was on tomorrow. It feels slightly dirty go for Sharks, but good luck. Yeah, I'm not shocked that you thought it was tomorrow, because obviously the last game is on Sunday, but... Alex says, Sami's a strong possibility to go to Dragons, then Bears. How old is Phil Sami now? I heard about Dragons. I didn't know about the Bears. 28. I see that as a solid signing. If, you know, it'll be 30, I guess, when Bears come in. That's completely, I think, reasonable. He's not the best winger, but... We saw a guy like Jermaine Asako, who was, you know, not in the first grade side at Brisbane, was loaned out to, was it Parramatta? No, it was the Titans, I think. One of those two. And then it's just become one of the competition's premier wingers at the Dolphins. Just resurgence. You could have that with Phil Sami. I think it was actually Parramatta who Asako was loaned to. I'm looking at it. No, Titans. It was Titans. I remember it was between those two. So on the fourth here, Melbourne are very close. Oh, huge tackle there. Brandon Trindle flattered Jerome Hughes. This ball is still live. Warbrick. Oh, that ball comes free now. Knock on. Teague Wilton gets it and is tackled. Any look at the tackle of Jerome Hughes. There might be a challenge. Yeah, Hughes is saying, yeah. I was pointing to the blood. Oh, if this is high contact, goodbye, Braden. If this is high contact. Oh, no, it's a head clash. It's a head clash. It's fine. It's fine. Fine. Willie boy, I do. Sarge, see you later. Please don't spam, Sarge. Please don't spam. But yes, I do watch F1, Willie boy. I actually have a massive F1 display. I just had a shot there. Yeah, this won't be anything. This won't be anything. It was a head clash. Jeez, Chile versus Samoa sold out 30k in Chile. We need this in league. You do that by having more inclusive international competitions and bridging that gap. Instead, we're going the opposite direction with rugby league. So, did you just freeze or was it just me? I didn't think I froze, but I'm not watching my own stream necessarily. Yeah, it's a head clash, surely. Our friendly neighborhood call. To be honest, I don't think it is the best decision. The PNG team. I think we already have your nation as fans. I think we'd be better off going for an Auckland team. Sorry, a second New Zealand team. Really? That surprises me. By the way, watch Ashley Klein get blamed for that. Even though he made the ruling that it was play on. Watch him get blamed. Watch him say, that was never a high tackle. Klein shouldn't get the grand final. People will say that, I promise you. I don't know. He came out the line very quickly, but it was a head clash. I don't know if I would penalize that, personally. Yeah. There's clear shoulder contact, says Lancaster. If there was shoulder contact, I missed it. If there was shoulder contact, then it's a penalty, sure. But I saw head. But if there's shoulder contact and there's no wrapping motion, then isn't it 10? So... Okay, so Grant. Melbourne with a full attacking set here on the Sharks line. Grant is in at dummy half. On the second, played there by Cameron Munster. Didn't go to fight for the short ball. Went Trent Loiero. Ball playing at Jerome Hughes underneath. Eliesa Katoa. Tackled by Wilton and Braden Trindle. 6 more. 6 more. Cronulla cannot hold on, surely. Surely. It is very, very strong defense so far by the Sharks. I do have to say it, but you just get the sense that Melbourne will crack eventually. Lasati, that's a very good run. Grant for Hughes. Oh, ball finds the ground. Knock on, surely. Oh, what a good effort there for the Sharks. If they win this game, it's their goal line defense that has got it. It's their goal line defense that has got it. Bogan, my NFL team, I very, 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 very loosely follow the NFL. To be honest, I don't even know if I really do. It's the Patriots. I'm more of an NBA guy than an NFL guy. And even then, not much of an NBA guy. Rugby League, F1, soccer, then NBA. Steve Panther says, thoughts on teams who got an unsuccessful challenge in the first half, getting another challenge in the second? I don't think so. I think it removes the jeopardy of it. And then we'll see more of these frivolous challenges at the end of halves. I just don't see much of a need. So, Leaguie, do you want to mint Cornetto? Bro, bring it. Absolutely. Reactbot, do you want to mint Cornetto?
Crossmark, no response.
No response. So sad. There is plenty of time left. We've got 24 and a half minutes. And it is only an 8-point gap. But psychologically for the Sharks, the more that clock ticks down, if we get to 14 minutes left and it's still an 8-point gap, it's gonna feel a lot more desperate. A lot more desperate. I need a Cronulla Sharks try. I need a Cronulla Sharks try. I reckon, by the way, on the note of 10k subscribers, it'll come down to the last video of the year. That's the way I see it going. The 2025 NRL Rewind, and that video will get us over. But yeah. States, I follow Sunderland. I follow Sunderland for about 8 years. So. Storm look a bit lost. It'd be the first time. Oh, is that a knock-on? It is a knock-on. Cronulla are going to get the ball here. They just need to do something with it. They just need to do something. The boss says Sunderland my favorite team. Big up. How are the lads? Yeah, I've been to Sunderland twice to see them play. Magnetic says Storm to score this set, forge comeback to win game, play Panthers in grand final and lose. I'd take that at this point. Tiger says the 2025 Rewind will help my AltaCount subscriber to you, leg man. Thank you, I appreciate it. Hines, oh, that was rushing defense there for Jack Howarth, but he missed Sione Katoa. That was weird there. Hines out of dummy half. He went to pass, then didn't pass. I'm not sure what happened there. On the second tackle, Adam Fanua-Blake with it into the line. That's a good, hard charging run there from AFB. Very hard charging run. Blake Brayley in a dummy half. Oh, that was a pass to Hines out the back, but it was read very, very well. Read very well. Trindle in behind. Oh, it was a slip over for Trent Loiero. Ute Kamani might have saved a try there. At a dummy half, Brayley on the last. Try Cronulla, surely. No, they've held him up. Oh, what an effort. Oh, what an effort.
You just need one good play.
And that was a brilliant play. It looked for sure that Britton Nickera was going to score. Oh. High contact, says Michael Ennis. Oh, yeah, it was high contact, in fairness. Pappenhausen. I don't think this is the, and this is where they give a penalty try, but maybe. Penalty, yeah, I agree. I don't know if you can give it a penalty try because of Munster. But yeah. Interesting that they didn't mention at all that, you know, we're ruling out a penalty try for this reason. Whoa, excuse me. Jesus, that came out of nowhere. That was huge. Sharks score, surely. They've had chances that are as good in this game. They've had full sets on Melbourne's line, and they haven't been able to crack it. You buttless gits. You buttless git, Campbell. Yes! Yes! Oh, this is a win for me. A team taking the 2 when they're 8 points down. Thank God. This is objectively the best decision they could make. And teams never do it. And I don't understand why teams never do it. But yeah. Steve Fancher says, surely you referenced the Big Things stream in the Rewind. The Rewind's not about me. That's the thing, so much. It's about the NRL. I'm open to doing a Leaguie Rewind stream, but I need you guys... Sorry, like video, but I need you guys to give me recommendations. Kick there from Hines. He's got it. I'm going to play it just for old time's sake.
Up, Cronulla, the boys in the black, white, and blue.
Didn't change it in time. Yeah, because there's so much live stream stuff to go back through, and I can't do it myself. I cannot. Yeah, actually, sorry, this is a good chance for me to mention. In fact, Fox are talking about the Fan Fest. I am going to be at the NRL Fan Fest. Hopefully both days. Hopefully pretty much all day both days. So if any of you guys are going, you can meet me there. Well, there we go. NRL head. That works. I will definitely look at the clips on Twitch. So Tiger says, Leaguie, I could do it. What? I'd very much appreciate if you could pick out some good moments. George says, Leaguie, tomorrow could play Panther song from 1983. It's Sunday, not tomorrow, but the Panther song that I've got is... That's the one that we all know. So I don't know if that's the one from 83 or not. But... Kennedy, that was high. That was high. Yes, penalty. Come on. Come on, boys. Up, Cronulla. Grand final. Let's do it. Try incoming? Maybe. Now I'm nervous. Imagine Cronulla fans. How the hell? I mean, I know Dean was up at 2 a.m., but how could you go to sleep when your team is in a prelim? Sharks looked a bit lost. Did someone not just say that the Storm looked a bit lost? Yeah, the government thing I would include. Sea Phantom, yeah. That is true. Sea Phantom is the only one talking on Twitch. We've got 5 viewers on Twitch. Come on, you other 4. Let's get commenting. Come on, let's go. Let's go. So on the second, he played by Adam Fanua-Blake. Brayley gives it to Hines. Underneath, Kale Iro going back the other way. Bounces away from a couple, but not really particularly threatening. Brayley to find Hines. Now for Will Kennedy. Finds Ramian. Tries to get away from Jack Howarth. Can't. But they're already 10 meters out now. 2 tackles left. Kennedy. Hines. Oh, he's knocked it on. Oh, that's not going to help. Oh, there's going to be a lot of people criticizing it for that. That is a moment in which he deserves criticism. That's a big, big moment.
He's the greatest.
That is not what I meant to click. I meant to click this.
He's trash.
That's very ironic. They are right next to each other. Damn, that's a huge moment. There've been a few of them. The knock-on from Will Kennedy over the line. The hold-up call on Brett Nickera, and then that. Polar opposite sound bites. Yeah, I know. Yeah, Magnetic, of course he should have been looking at the ball, not the defensive line. He knows that, but it's split-second stuff, and sometimes, instincts kick in, so. The Manly v Raiders crash out would be on there? Oh, was that when the Formula 1 was spoiled? That's true. Okay. Wait, I'm going to open a list. I'm glad you remember what game that was, because that's the kind of thing where I would remember what happened, but I'd have no idea where to find it. Okay. Check Twitch clips. Government. Manly v Raiders crash out. Penalty Melbourne. Damn, a little bit of momentum feels like it's just shifted back. His potential is higher than that would be. What was the other one you mentioned? There's one I'm forgetting. I'm trying to remember. I'm looking to the chat. Could you let me know? I think it was Sea Phantom who said it. So with 17 minutes left to go in this game. Melbourne with the ball here. Munster up over the 20. While a Leaguie, yeah, sure, that would be. But again, does anyone have any idea what stream that was? I could maybe like figure it out, but yeah. I don't know if it was UC Phantom. Someone suggested another like moment for the stream. I thought it was you. Other than the government thing, Manly v Raiders crash out is potentially higher than that, and Walla Leaguie. Anyway, on the last hit, Melbourne, they're leading by 6, 16 and a half minutes to go. Munster out the back for Hughes. Will he kick it? He does. It's not particularly out to the wing. Katoa's got it. Was that caught in goal? It wasn't caught in goal. So they'll start this set 1 meter out from their own line. Wow. Patterson, are you in Australia? If so, go to 9 now. It's a website. If you're not in Australia, get a VPN and go to 9 now. Tiger, how do you know that? That is insane. Knights, Sharks, Titans, Raiders. His potential is higher than that. Is Anzac Day. Was that a knock on Jack Howarth? It was a knock on Jack Howarth. Fortunate. Very fortunate. Tiger is a Leaguie historian. I'm looking through the YouTube chat. They are challenging this. Sorry, I forgot to put the animation up. Yeah, it might be an inconclusive one. John Wick knocked it on. He does look like John Wick, doesn't he? Oh! They're gonna win it! They're gonna win it! I can't go back up enough. Okay. We'll just have to settle for that. Steve Hatter says, didn't catch the ball from what I could see play on as far as I'm concerned. Typical NRL bunker favoring big teams. Grant to find Munster. Now Hughes out the back. We'll find Katoa underneath him. He's lost it. No, penalty. They'll take the 2. They'll take the 2. Melbourne will take the 2. Those were last year. And what was last year? Oh, the PNG streams. Yeah. No, I can't include them. Yeah, no, I had that was last year. Damn, that's big. I said if they get to 15 minutes left and the scoreline was the same, the score pressure will be getting to them. We're going to get to 15 minutes left here, and while the score won't be the same, the margin will be 8 points. Eight points the gap, and there'll be about, 13 minutes left by the time Cronulla get possession. Looking tough, looking tough. Leaguie quiz, how many streams have you done this year? 30. Would be my guess, roughly. Samini with a kick.
You gotta kick it right, Louis! You gotta kick it right, go left!
Was he putting it too far left?
I'm telling you!
He was not putting it too far left. He was not pulling it too far left, unfortunately for us.
We are the Storm from Melbourne town, we'll blow the others off the ground. We are the Storm and we're number one.
Apparently they are. Apparently they are number one. 49. Wow. Jeez, well, good guess, NRL head. Very good guess. Okay, Storm looking good. 8 points the margin here. 8 points the margin. It can't just be like a Leaguie stream highlights. I do like the club reveal as a highlight. Any like uploaded video highlights? I think, you know what I would include actually from the games channel? The horse tree incident and train incident, episode 1. Peak song right there. You should play that non-stop. No. Maybe, how about no? How about no? Who do you think has the best fans? New Zealand Warriors. Sorry, I meant Newcastle Knights. Newcastle Knights. I had new in my mind. Points need to come here for the Sharks, and they need to come soon. I don't think they have a 2-point field goal kicker in them. Yeah, see, Factor, that was the crash out at the end of Manly and Raiders, wasn't it? What about Leaguie crash out when Roosters lose? Have I done that? Why are they running sideways? Good question. But they are going nowhere right now. Absolutely nowhere. They need some direction. There's a good straight run. Gets them about another 15 meters. Blake Brayley gives it out to Trindle. Puts a kick up. Not bad. Who's underneath it? Good take there, Will Warbrick. Very, very good take. When you packed Crichton, yeah, that would be there. Manifest. Pack luck. Is what I said before that. I remember it because I edited it into a short. I swear though there was another thing that was suggested by someone and I didn't note it down earlier today. But yeah. And I can't scroll up far enough to see it. 11 minutes left now. You get the sense that if this last 11 minutes is just set for set, Cronulla aren't doing anything here. They need an error or a penalty or something. Kennedy gives it out to Katoa. That was a good pass. I got about 20 meters from that, about 30 meters from that. Great work, Will Kennedy, to get Katoa into some space. They started in Melbourne territory. That could be exactly what they needed. Yeah, Storm fan, I doubt that will happen. Just because you're risking the 20-meter restart. Iro tries to step back inside. Nick Meaney can't do it. But they're looking good here, Cronulla. 25 meters out, 3 tackles left to go. Talakai will take a run up. I keep getting confused with Noah Blake. They look so similar. Okay, they're within striking range here on the 4th. Short ball for Noah Blake. We'll just take a bit of a set. Oh, balls come free. Balls come free. Knock on Adam Fanua Blake. Challenge. I think this might be a desperation one. Yeah, all right, I noted that one down. I don't know, maybe I just got it wrong, but I thought maybe when it was like first suggested, that was a different one. Friendly Neighborhood Cole says, my dreams that in the next World Cup, Krummels get to at least semi-finals. You're definitely capable. I mean, I think you'll there's only going to be 10 teams, so maybe. Yeah, I can't see this one being a one challenge. I really doubt that this will go Sharks' way. Oh, he look at Safado celebrate. Thoughts on rugby league? Very overrated sport. Don't like it very much. On that note, I'm retiring effective immediately. Ha, just kidding. I bet I tricked all of yous. All of yous. 10 minutes left. Storm ball. Melbourne Storm ball. An error. They need an error. C-Phantom, I went to an ice hockey game, an NHL game. Las Vegas Knights versus Vancouver Canucks. Earlier this year. I was amazed at how intense it was as a sport. Jeez. That might have been the error that they needed. The error with the ball. It was close. To be clear, for those not watching the game, the Storm did not drop the ball. But it was very, very close. Grant gives it now to Tyron Wishart on the field. No, that wasn't a delay. It's just 9 minutes left. Grant with a run out of dummy half. So on the last, only a 23-meter game, but it was out of their own end. Hughes will kick it long for the corner, but they'll start this set about at the 40, I would think. Yeah. Just shy of it. Yeah, Magnetic, I think maybe we'd all like that a little bit. Give someone else a go at the top. Why are you half a set behind me? Storm fan, it just takes time to go through YouTube and everything. The clock says 8:40 right now if you want to sync up with me. So now Trindle with the ball. Finds Nico Hines. Out to find now Jesse Ramian. They had some numbers out there with Nico, but now he's forced back. Near to the sideline, but not over the sideline. Hines with it. Yeah, this is a tough set. This is a very tough set for Cronulla. Oh, Fanua Blake got in Trindle's way. Puts a kick up, but didn't have enough airtime. Bounces. Oh, and Warbrick's got it. Will he be forced in goal? Gets away from Kennedy. Doesn't quite get away from... Oh, no, he does get away from Hines. It was a good run from Will Warbrick. 8 minutes left now. 8 points the gap. Looking dicey. Very dicey. Friendly neighborhood call. I'm happy that there are people from South Africa or New Zealand who even really acknowledge... or South Africa particularly, who acknowledge rugby league. Who do you want to win? Definitely Cronulla. Absolutely Cronulla. This little jazzy music. Pappenhausen with a run up to near halfway. They will kick it on the last. My favorite stadium, Allianz Stadium. Easy. Kick from Jerome Hughes. It's very high up in the air. Kennedy's underneath it. It's going to land a little bit shallower than he had hoped, but he does get that. On the 20. They need a line break. They need a penalty. They need something because what did I say? If the last 11 minutes is set for set, Cronulla aren't doing anything, and that's pretty much exactly what has happened. Storm fan, I am from the Sutherland Shire. They're my local team, but also I just want to see, you know, a team like Cronulla make the grand final as opposed to a team like Melbourne. Death taxes and Sharks losing a prelim. Says C Phantom. What about death taxes and Cowboys not even making the prelim? Makes you think. Oh, I mean, that's very rich coming from me. We only made a prelim last year and then hadn't made one since 2019. Finn says, can't stand another final with the Panthers or Storm. You won't have to, because you're going to have a grand final with the Panthers and Storm. So that's obviously much better. Also, Asu Kapoa. That's one I haven't been asked about in a long time. He keeps getting picked up by clubs, so evidently there's something very good about him, but hasn't got the first great opportunity, so I don't like you for pointing that out. That's alright, see Phantom, it's all love, it's all love. Played there by Nick Meaney. Run from... Is that Alec No, it's Cameron Russell. Why was I like, is that Alec McDonald? I just couldn't tell. Grant, out of dummy half, there were no markers. God, there's space out there. Howarth with it. He's got Coates outside. They'll score here, surely. Holds it up. Try. Grand final. Melbourne Storm are in the grand final.
We are the Storm from Melbourne town. We'll blow the others off the ground. We are the Storm and we're number one.
Oh, God. That sucks so much. That's so sad. Damn it. Cronulla beat both of my teams. And the first game in which I needed them to do a favor for me. By the way, so what, this is the 7th game of this final series. And this is the 7th game that has not gone the way I wanted it to. That is incredible, by the way. Absolutely incredible. How has that happened? It's actually impressive. 7. And yes, sure, I'm generally going for the underdog, but not always. Congrats, Storm, on winning the grand final. Says NRL head. Kat says, this is a sign you should focus on your books, like by studying. Storm fan, bro, you absolutely deserve credit. I've given the Storm a lot of credit this year. I tipped you guys to win the premiership at the start of the final series. So yeah, I'm definitely giving you credit, but I'm just annoyed. Because above anything else, I'm a fan of rugby league. And unfortunately, this is a bad outcome for rugby league. But yeah. Meaney from the sideline. In fairness, he hangs it way out to the right. Still, Sharks need a miracle. 2 converted tries in 4 minutes. It would absolutely be...
You can take me now! I have seen it all!
And yes, before you all feel the need to remind me, that was a Rabbitohs moment against the Roosters. I'm aware. I'm just a bigger person than you. That's probably not true. Almost certainly not true. It's still possible for Cronulla to come back, says Speed. I mean, it is. Sure. I think that happening, though. Yeah, Storm get the ball off the short kickoff. I've added the no beard reveal to the Leaguie Rewind. Still, can we summon Prime Paul Gallen? I mean, does Jesse Colquhoun have it in him, you reckon? George says, are you tired? Nah, I'm okay. 59 people viewing on YouTube. As I've said before, we're trying to hit 10k by the end of the year. So if you are watching on YouTube and you're not already subscribed, please do. It's going to be cutting it fine. It's possible for Cronulla to come back, but it's also possible for my bank account to multiply by 1 million tomorrow morning. Non-zero chance. George, I'm not going to bed. I need to do uni work after this. I need to stay up a fair bit. Ball underneath. Caught there by Warbrick. He'll die with it on the last 3 minutes left for Cronulla. Rex says, I completed the Canberra Paradox. Leaky, you better tip the Bronx. I'd be lying. I think Panthers are going to win. I hope they don't, but yeah. You're too tired to play the song? No, I'll play the song. I'll play the song. They can petition not to play the song after the game. It's tradition. I need to. As the crowd sings out, Melbourne. Their fans are happy. I don't think anyone else really is. And Trindle with it. Across to Hines. Now with a run, Britton Nicorot doesn't really do much. My wrist suddenly really hurts. Jesus. Ow. Kick high up in the air. Are they going to catch it? They do not. Will Warbrick has got it. If the game wasn't over already, the game is over now. It's a tradition bro forgets when Roosters lose. Well, that is objectively true. But that's fine. If only the Panthers trainer hadn't walked in front of Jaden Campbell. Yeah, I don't think I would have changed much. So, I'll play the song. I'll play the song when the game's over. When I'm signed out. Certain things are inevitable. You just get the feeling from a while out, and I made my latest video on it, and it was completely unscripted and ranty, but I think it was actually it's aged quite well. The two best coaches. That's where the limit is. We've got a lot of players that are all a very similar level in the NRL, but we don't have a lot of coaches that are a similar level at the top. Brex says League's become boring now. What did I do? Do you want me to play a more upbeat song? That's not upbeat. That's a bit upbeat. 45 seconds left to go. 3 tackles left. I mean, they're going to be throwing it from side to side here. Hines goes back to the short side. Kennedy doing nothing. Oh, no League like NRL. No, League. Okay, understood. Sorry, I thought you said Leaguie. I misread it. Understood. I mean, this is the thing. We had an incredible regular season, which will be forgotten, but it really challenged the Melbourne and Penrith thing. The fact that we're going to get them again in a grand final probably is really, really disappointing, but I hope it doesn't ruin it for people. Oh, I'd rather Bellamy. I think Bellamy is actually notably better than Wayne Bennett. But I don't have time to get into that in the next 10 seconds. Hamlin Welly with it. He should get an offload away. He really should get an offload away. He does. Hides. They're still trying. I mean, even though it's impossible now. Fanua Blake gives it to Billy Burns. Passes out to KL Iro for the corner. He scored. He scored.
Up, Cronulla, the boys in the black, white and blue.
It's gonna be the most impressive try of all time. George, I'll play it when I'm doing the outro. I wonder if they'll take the kick. I mean, they probably will. Damn it! Oh, it's so annoying, man. I thought this year would be different. I've said it to all of you guys, and you know this, but this next week of build-up, imagine if it was Canterbury versus Canberra. Imagine the droughts coming to an end, the scenes at the ground, the drums, the marches, the sea of green, the sea of blue and white, Belmore, the entirety of the ACT would be going crazy for their teams, and the entire nation would be infinitely more excited than if it were Melbourne and Penrith. So, Cronulla declined the kick. Okay, so that's it. That's full time. If any of you ever see someone telling you the NRL finals are rigged, point to right now, because it would have been huge, absolutely huge. Even Cronulla versus Brisbane would have been huge. Not this though. Not this. Okay, play the song, dude. Are you just trying to get me off stream? That's so rude. I'll go. Okay, Jesus, if you don't want me to hang around, I'll go. Well, okay. A reminder that tomorrow, I know it's not as big a game, but the Sydney Roosters and the Cronulla Sharks are playing against each other in the NRLW prelim. I will be streaming that. But yes, until then, thank you all for being here. Thank you all for hanging out. I'm going to send an email to Channel 7 now. And without further ado, I'ma see y'all later.
We live to play, we play to win. We try and try, we won't say die, we won't give in. We're number one, we'll hold the line. We won't step back, we'll just attack time after time. We're lightning fast, we'll drive like rain. We won't be beat, we won't retreat, ice in our veins. We are the Storm from Melbourne town, we'll blow the others off the ground. We are the Storm and we're number one. We'll hit them hard, we'll take them down. When the storm hits, we'll blow the others out of town. We'll push them back, we'll make them pay. Do what it takes, make no mistakes, we'll make the play. We'll show them tough, we'll show them speed. The will to win is all we need, we will succeed. We are the Storm from Melbourne town, we'll blow the others off the ground. We are the Storm and we're number one. We are the Storm from Melbourne town, we'll blow the others off. We are the Storm and we're number one.